Hey everyone, Logic here with a different kind of video. Ninjala came out on the 24th. It's been just about 2 weeks since release. How do you feel about the game thus far? What do you want to change? What do you like? I think discussion about the game is important, good or bad, faults or no faults. If you really love something, sometimes you gotta be critical of it. So let's get right into it. So I wanna start off with features I think need some tweaking. And first off is the party and invite system. When you invite a friend, there's a 900-second timer, which honestly, that's a bit too much. Make it 60 seconds and be done with it. Also, sometimes when you get into a full party together and go matchmaking, one of you will not make it through, despite being hooked up on Ethernet or Wi-Fi. It's especially frustrating when you're partying up for a ranked match because you can't leave. It locks you in or you lose points, you know? And that's ridiculous. Also on the party system, sometimes if a friend leaves the party, there will be a glitch where they have to restart the game in order for them to receive another invite. This needs to be fixed as soon as possible. After a match in Ninjala, as a party, you can't go back to the base with your party. You have to disband, which is very unconventional and inconvenient. Make it to where we can keep the party together after a match. So when we check our gear, maybe we can change a few things, change shinobi cards, change weapons, you know, just that sort of thing. This will be a huge quality of life update. I would love it. So this next one might be a little nitpicky of me, but come on, you know, sometimes you just gotta get there. So there needs to be a way to filter out maps. And I know what you're thinking, Logic, you can already do that. Yes, you can filter which maps you want for the first match, but if you decide to do another match, that next match could be any other map. So, you know, there's that. And I know there's only 2 maps right now, but I play a lot of Battle Royale and I just find Eagle City so big. And it's a really cool map. Like, I like the design of the map and everything, buildings, it's all really cool, but it feels way too big in Battle Royale for me, at least. And I just feel like there's not enough action. So next up is training mode. Training mode is okay right now. It's not the best thing out there. It just needs a little bit more in terms of options. And one I want to start off with is it needs a record mode option. So just like we can record the inputs of the AI to replicate. So like in any other fighting game, like Street Fighter, Tekken, King of Fighters, they have a record function to where we push a button for the AI and they would do that certain button. There needs to be a function like that in Ninjala. It would be hugely appreciated and very useful in terms of just trying to do things, trying to figure out things. It would be incredible. It also needs multiple AI. So there needs to be a way to set up more than just one other character, right? Because as of right now, you can't add another character. There needs to be some way that you can just add like, you know, 3 more characters or 4 more characters. That would be really cool. It also needs the ability to bring a friend into training mode. That would be super cool. That way we don't have to go into a private match and just have like a 5-minute game or whatever. There needs to be a way to bring a friend into training mode. That would be really cool. Obviously, I'm not like dying for this option, but it would be like super cool. Drones or apples. I'm gonna keep calling them apples, I'm sorry. The ability to spawn big or small apples in training mode would be super useful. I've seen people ask before, they're like, how much points do you get for hitting an apple? And you can't really tell because like, well, you can, but it's just different with every swing. So training mode would be a nice way to kind of see like, you know, how many points you get for that or how many hits it takes to take down an apple or something like that. It would be really cool. These are just some options I thought of. We don't have to get every single one of these, but I think these would really benefit, especially people that are hungry for data, hungry for trying to figure out things and what things work. And this would just be a really huge benefit to the community. All right, I think this is the last thing that was really just rubbing me the wrong way was the servers or the net code. They need some work. They can be great, and other times they could just be very rough. You'll know if they're bad because, you know, your hits won't detect properly. Like you'll hit somebody and then they'll just like keep on going the way they're going without any trouble at all. Players will start teleporting around you, just left, right, up, down, anywhere, and it can just get very confusing. You know, this isn't a game you particularly should need Ethernet for. I use Ethernet, I'm wired, but I don't think this is one of those games where you're like, oh man, you have to be wired, like kind of like a fighting game. So having these issues is really weird, and there just needs to be some form of server stability or better netcode or something that gets put out in the way in the future. So those are all really my big gripes with the game so far. I don't think I really have anything else that is like killing me. And then these are just like really small too. Like it's not like making me not want to play the game. It's just something I noticed and can be very annoying or, you know, just obnoxious sometimes, but nothing that's an end all be all. I think the game is still very fun and very great. I also want to get into things I kind of like that I think are really good personally for a free-to-play game, so we're gonna get into that. One of the first positives that I will say is the Battle Pass. I think the Battle Pass is a great addition. I know a lot of people are saying, you know, oh, they're just copying Fortnite, and hey, even if that's true, it's doing a lot of good for free-to-play players. People that just don't spend any money on the game, you still get stuff for free. You could still get Jala for free, gold medals, bronze medals, silver medals. Like it's still really cool. Like you get a lot of cool stuff in the free version of the Battle Pass. And at any point, if you wanted to buy the Battle Pass, you can, because it lasts until August 28th. So you have plenty of time to buy the Season 1 Battle Pass. But at any point, if you wanted to buy that pass and you got to a certain level, you'll still get all that stuff that you worked for. So that's really cool. Another thing is the specialty shop. It changes every day. There's new stuff in the shop every day. So it kind of gives you like that little spice of variety, which I like. It's always nice to kind of stand out, be different from all the other ninjas out there. And I like that. I think that's cool. Also, Jala, the premium currency in the game. Gung Ho gives out so much free Jala. They gave out Jala for 1 million downloads. They gave out Jala for 2 million downloads. They gave out Jala for, I think they just gave out Jala for just buying the game. So that's really cool. Not a lot of companies do that, to just give out premium currency. So to just do that is honestly on its own is awesome. One other thing that I haven't actually played myself yet, but I'm wanting to more and more, is story mode. I hear it's really good. I haven't played it yet personally, but I want to. I think once the online gets a little dry for me, or like I'm just kind of like, yeah, I want to do something else, I'll probably get a change of pace in there and play the story mode, because the story mode looks fun. It looks like they actually put some heart and soul into it, and they got an idea going. They also have a manga out there that I've seen in the wild. So it's got some depth. It's got some depth. I would definitely recommend checking it out. Next up is music. Music is pretty good in this game. They got some banger tracks. I personally didn't really think it was gonna be like something that I'd be like, you know, into, you know, because most video game music is really good. Most are just kind of like whatever. You know, you just hear it and you're like, oh, okay. But like there's some tracks that stood out to me when I either got them or when I was just searching through the music. I was like, oh, okay, this has got some funk in it. So you know, really check out the tracks. I think they're all like underappreciated and really well done. I don't like all the tracks. I'm not gonna say like all the tracks really stand out to me, but there are some really good songs in Ninjala. Last but not least is combat. I find the combat very fun. It's fun. It's engaging. Very eccentric. You can get creative with the combat in this game. I like to do things that you probably shouldn't go for in combos, because I get a little fancy with it. And the fact that you can be fancy and basic is awesome. You know, you can have your basic combo and you can have your fancy combo. They're both gonna serve you just right. I know a lot of people don't like the parry system, which I understand you. I get you. It can be very frustrating sometimes, but I think it's here to stay. You know, it's a main feature of the game. They're not getting rid of that anytime soon. I also think that maybe in the future they could change it. I think honestly that every single weapon in the game, like swords, hammers, yo-yos, they should all have their own armor move. The only one that doesn't have an armor move on Tai is the sword. I feel like it should. The hammer has one on the left. The yo-yo has one down. The sword should have one up, even if no one goes up. It just needs to have one. So just some closing thoughts on this video. It's it's been well over 2 weeks. The game's starting to pick up, get a little spicy. Players are getting better and better, and they're learning the game more and more. I think the game has so much potential. It doesn't have to be the best game out there. It just needs to be fun, right? So I hope some changes come real soon. Just, quality of life changes. Doesn't need to be crazy. Doesn't need to be incredible. They just need to, just some of those things we went over, they just need to work on that. The party invite system, maybe the combat, training mode, they all need a little something. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Also, I want to know what you guys think. What do you think? It's been 2 weeks. Is the game still fun? Anything else? Is anything troubling you? Like the issues I listed? Let me know. It's a nice topic to discuss. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. It helps a ton. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This has been Logic, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy.